Hello and welcome to Tabletop for One. Today I am doing an unboxing of one of my most anticipated Kickstarters that I backed, I think almost 3 years ago. This is Tanares Adventures by Dragori Games. This is the sequel to Arena the Contest, my favorite dungeon crawler campaign game. And I've been really excited to get this. It came with I don't know, like a dozen different boxes, but this is the main box here. It's huge. You can't see it all because it's so tall and up close to the camera here. Think of it as like the size of 3 normal size board games stacked. That's about how big it is here. I'll try and show you the side there, which is beautiful, by the way. It's got different scenery on each side. And let's go ahead and check it out here. Now, before we glimpse at all these magnificent miniatures, I do want to show you the inside of the cover here and show some of the characters and their art, which is really good. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put this box aside and take out these trays one at a time and show you what we got. Now, I've gone ahead and opened up all the cards because they were all shrink wrapped and not easy to open, so I didn't want to spend the time on the camera to open them all. So you'll see the cards loose in here, and some of these cards are going to be spoilers for the quest, so I won't show you them, and I don't even want to look at them because I don't want to be spoiled myself. But here we go. We got the lid here. Okay. So what we have here is a whole variety of enemies and characters here. And you'll see some of the characters are colored by their class. And we have other characters up here. And some of these have creatures that go along with them. So we'll check out some of the character cards. And let's see. So it looks like the stack tipped over a little bit. So here are the quest cards, which I'm not going to show. Again, these would be spoilers for the campaign. But these are the character cards. Or, sorry, these are NPC character cards. I'm not going to show you these either. Let's move on to this stack here. So what you have here are the class cards. So for instance, these are the commander cards. And in it, it'll have the commander skills. Now this is the level 1 or level 0 initial skill. I'm not going to show you the rest of the skills because, again, it's something I'd rather you discover for yourself if you've got this game or going to get it. So we got stacks for each type. You got the controller, the shooter, the healer, the tank, and the bruiser. Again, those are going to correspond to some of these colors here. Now, if you're wondering how I'm going to sleeve all these cards, they actually came with a huge stack of sleeves. So here's some of the legendary skill cards, the tactician, and then the brute cards. And now here we go. We've got character cards. So this is similar to the hero pad that you had in Arena the Contest, but these are going to be character cards or character skill cards, it looks like. Yeah, these are all character skill cards. I'll show you the character cards as we get further into the box. But here we have Yemi, the succubus of envy, Syrah, the Weaver of Sorrow. We have Nyx, Succubus of Greed. Nero, the Pyromancer. Magenta, the Witch Hunter. Lordwrath, the Shadow Knight. He's really cool looking. I like that. I can't pronounce it. Herodotus, the Fallen Titan. Golog, the Deathbringer, Gregory, the Guardian, Anariel, the Sword Mage, as Cloet, looks like, the Summoner. I'm going to butcher all these names. Oh, I'm not even going to try this one. This one's the Beastmaster, okay? Beastmaster. Orthus, the Warlock. Lana, the Valkyrie. She's cool looking. Check that out. And then these are some of the creature cards. So the Gladius, the Mummy, the Beast, Cerberus, Pegasus. And so these will come with them. So you'll see some of these cards here. I'll just show you a few of these cards. So like the Beastmaster here is going to be this guy here. And I don't know if it's going to capture it well enough here. But the detail is really well done. Really looking forward to painting these. But this guy gets the Beast with him. So I'm going to adjust the light a little bit here so you can see a little bit better. But yeah, the Beast here is an extra character you get to put on the board. So it's pretty cool. A lot of really cool stuff. Sorry about that. These are all enemies here. So these are different enemies here. And I'll show you later, one of the things about Arena the Contest is it wasn't always easy to tell which enemy went with what name they were referred to in the box. And so what's really cool is on the enemy cards, which I'll show you in a little bit, it actually shows you a picture of the miniature so you can match them up rather easily. Alright, so we have some of these. Now this is something I've noticed so far. If you'll notice it here, these poses are slightly different. So see how this scythe is lower than that scythe? And so this is going to be like one of those assembly things. Because these are put together. They come in multiple pieces and they're glued on together. So some of them are different poses. I don't think that was intentional. I think it's just a quality issue. But for me, it really doesn't matter. Other than the fact that they may not fit right in the insert. But for me, thematically, it's cool because they look different than each other on the board. And let's see, let's check out this one here. Looks like some sort of druid or, oh no, maybe a necromancer or something. Looks really cool. And then let's check out this guy here. Now he's pretty sweet. The shield looks nice on him. The detail of his cloak is really nice too. It's kind of like a feathery cloak or something. Looks really good. This one here comes with the Pegasus. All right. Okay, so that, I'm not going to show you every single miniature, but I do just want to highlight some of these. They look really good. You're not going to see all the detail on my camera here, but honestly, I'm very happy with the sculpts. Oh, I do have to show you Cerberus. Oh my, he's cool looking. Check out the chains on him. This chain's broken. That's part of the sculpt. It's not on accident because he's broken free. And yeah, he just looks really cool. Can't wait to paint him. All right. So that is the first tray. And if you're wondering about the big dragons and all that stuff, That's going to come in a later video. I'm going to have 4 videos total for the unboxings because there's so much to unbox. And so one of the videos will feature a lot of the large sculpts and the large miniatures. Alright, so we have some more miniatures here. We have these cards here, which are like player aid cards. And now these here, you'll notice have the Arena of the Contest back. These are your hero pads for playing some of these heroes in Arena of the Contest. So if you notice, these are going to be the same named heroes that I read off earlier. And so these, you can take these heroes and play them in Arena of the Contest, as well as these are some of the boss fights here. Like I said, the miniatures you're going to see later. So I'll show you the back here. Yeah, that one's so cool. Oh, look at that. The Manticore. And the big spider. Can't wait to show you these miniatures. They look so amazing. So excited about this. Alright, sorry. Okay, so right here we have a ton of the enemy cards. So these are going to be the enemy cards, how they act, what their stats are, you know, their hit points, defense, and all that stuff. And so they have different modes too. This one's a ghoul that's violent, a ghoul that's noxious, a mystic ghoul, and a guardian ghoul. So a lot of these double-sided, give you an idea of how those play out. They also have the boss ones here. There's the gold dragon, and so on. So I'm not going to show you all these here, but I did want to show you, like I mentioned earlier, see down here, it shows the sculpt. So if if the game tells you to put out the archers, you're looking for this sculpt, and it should be recognizable. Now, I do want to mention that the sculpts on the cards are more detailed. Sorry, get that focus there. The sculpts on the cards are more detailed than the actual miniatures. So, just be aware of that. They look nicer on the pictures than they do on the miniatures, but that's to be expected. The details on miniatures can only be so fine. And besides, as a painter, you don't want them too fine that you lose them when you paint them. Alright, so let's check out a few of these miniatures here. And first we'll check out this guy. Oh, look at him. It's like a mini Cthulhu. Oh, he's so cool looking. I don't know if I want to fight him though. Looks fearsome. Check out these guys, like air elementals or something. Oh my goodness. Look at that. That looks so great. So amazing. Once again, you're going to see seams in some of these where they put the two parts together. Here's a little scenery token, little barrels, and these are little tiny spikes on there. So they got some good detail on there. Looks really nice. Let's see, what else should I show you? Maybe one of these, what are these, like giant lizard things? Spike lizard things? Check out these things. Oh my goodness. Look at all the spikes. There, I don't know if you can see it right there, but at that tail, right where my thumb's at, there is a seam there. And along the legs there. I mean, it's to be expected. I mean, if you've ever put together miniatures, you know there are going to be some seams. You can fix them and stuff if you want. Oh, check out that guy. Look at his sword. Ouch. Yeah, don't want to see this guy in the dark alley. Very cool. Alright, so there's a lot of the enemies there. Looks like they're very well done. The sculpts are real good. This guy should be easy to kill, right? It's just a little farmer. Maybe he's not a bad guy. Maybe he's an NPC of sorts. Like, I don't think we should be fighting this lady, right? But anyways, so that is the second tray of the main game here. So a lot of miniatures, a lot of content. And so now we're going to move on to a lot of the cards and stuff. And you get your first, I don't know what class this is, giant or huge miniature, but this is the big ogre. And oh man, he looks great. He looks so good. Look at him. Look at that mace of his. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Looks like he occupies about 4 squares on the map. So, yeah. And just to give you kind of a comparison here, I'll show you the size compared to a normal miniature. So there you go. This is a normal miniature. That's the ogre. So he's going to look quite magnificent on the game board. Very good. All right, so we got some cubes here, some colored bases, and one thing that we got here in Tanares Adventures that's a little more in depth than Arena of the Contest is we got some equipment here. So there's a variety of equipment, stuff that adds damage, stuff that adds rolls, adds hit points, you know, so there's a lot of stuff. There's 3 stacks here. Well, this last stack is mostly loot cards. So you'll draw these loot cards and they can have stuff like iron and wood and a gem or just gold. So you're getting different kinds of resources. Some of these equipment show resources on here down at the bottom. So this one shows 3 iron and a gold. So I don't know if that refers to like crafting or whatever, but if it does, that'd be pretty amazing. Alright, so here we are with all the character cards. So you know how we had the hero pad for, well, these are NPCs, sorry. I keep jumping the gun here. These are the NPC character cards. We will get to the hero character cards. I don't need to go through the NPC ones. You'll discover those on your own. This is your campaign deck here. And I'm not going to spoil any of this. This top card is, of course, the first card. It says tutorial card. It explains what you do, and you go straight into your other cards here, and so on. There's world phases and city phases to this game. There's all sorts of choices in the campaign and stuff. This is a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, so we have these comrade cards, and I honestly don't know what they do. So for different classes, tank, bruiser, and so on, tactician, I'm not sure how they play out. Also, there's these journey phase cards, so I don't want to show those. Those might be spoilers. So I don't know what the comrade cards do exactly. They are skills and stuff of the various classes. It may just be characters that you get that join you for a quest or something. That is my guess. I could be wrong. Alright. So now we have some more skill cards for these bosses, okay? Those bosses I showed you the hero pads earlier. And then these cards here, this one's for the Lich. So, and this one's for the Augur. So you notice that some of these bosses, they actually have like parts to them that have hit points, and you attack them and they do certain attacks and stuff. So the Augur's eye and so on. And they have double side, one side, and then the maimed side. I'll skip most of these here. And so now we have more of the character skill cards. And more of the journey cards. Okay. Lots and lots of cards. Lots of content. Just wait till you see the books. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we have these pop solo cards. Again, not sure what these are used for. Find out later. And now we have here's some more comrade cards. I'm going to set these aside here. Now we have the character cards. Alright? So these are like the hero pads of Arena Contest, but these are the ones for Tanares Adventures. So it has every single hero in here. And once again, the art is fantastic. Look at that. That's one of my favorite characters of Arena the Contest right there. So you can play the Arena Contest characters in here, which is really cool. Alright. So there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and set this aside now. By the way, those empty compartments you saw there are for some of the tiles that you're going to get in here. And so this here is the few punch boards that you actually get. So we have another grid here, and from what I understand, I think there's some of these grid tiles get added on to the big map, which is not something done in Arena the Contest. In Arena Contest, you just used the main map, but these get added on. So you have some of these barricade tokens and other tokens, but we've actually got the scenery pack, which I will show you in one of the other videos, that has miniatures for those tokens. Here's some more tiles. And some more. These, of course, will represent various characters and enemies here. I'm not sure what the 1s and 2s represent. These are your character classes. So that you put these on the outside of the board where your health is at. And so you just move it when you lose health. It's a great system for health. You use it for all the enemies too. So, all right. Oh, those must be. Yeah, I don't know what those are. I guess I'll find out later. Okay, so now we go on to one of the best parts of this whole thing. One of these things that's going to bring this entire game together. It's the books. Alright. So it comes with a bag. I don't know what the bag's for. But here are the character classes. So in Arena of the Contest, when you leveled up, you got a stat boost. In this one, you actually unlock various skills as you go. And so the skills, you'll place a skill token down, move up the track. Has a really nice customization to your character. These are double-sided, so they're going to look the same. Brute and Shooter, Tactician, and Controller. Tank and Bruiser. And then Healer and Commander. So, yeah. I'm really looking forward to this level up system and how it works. Really eager about that. So that looks good. Alright, so we get a quick start guide. So as it says, this is an overview of combat and quest rules so you can quickly get to the board, especially after you haven't been to the table in a while. And so it gives you all the rules you need to get started, and it'll help you understand how you turn, how to read attack cards, reading item cards, skills, the villain turn order, reading the villain cards, quests, everything, and what a day is in Tanares with the journey phase, the campaign log, the city and world phase, and everything here. So this is great. This is great. Maybe I'll do a video of me going through the quick start to show you the first quest. That wouldn't be much of a spoiler since it would be the first quest. So you'll have to let me know in the comments if you want me to do that. And then there's a campaign log here that gives you various perks. I'm not going to show too much of this here, but there's a whole campaign log where you're going to mark off various things as you go. All right, so those are those pages. And then here we have an actual map. Okay, so here's the map of Tanares. It gives you the different regions, and then there's the colors and how they correspond. I really don't know a whole lot about how this works out. But there's a character deck and discard pile. All sorts of things going on here. Assembly stage, playing stage, using a quest card, spending stage. And then on the other side, we have the city phase. So it goes into the city phase here. Assembling the map, each player plays their cards in one turn. Spend the cubes, I don't know what the cubes are. And then wrapping up. Alright. So it looks really interesting. You return to town, talk to NPCs, maybe shop and that sort of thing. Alright, so here's the city book. And so the city book, I'm not going to show you too much here. There's a table of contents here. And it talks about, on page 2, which is right here, I guess. Yeah. So your campaign begins here. It tells you what to do, introduces you to Warfugee, the town, I guess. And so I don't really want to show any more than this because this is going to spoil a bit. But there's quests and stuff in here as well. Puzzles and other things. So there's a lot going on in this book. It is 87 pages long. Alright, now we got the monster of a journal here. Look at this. Wow. Love the cover. Love the back. And 353 pages long. And so in this journal here, I'm trying not to show you in case okay. So in this journal, it tells you that it contains more than 40 adventure chapters that are not numbered. Instead, letters represent them, and they correspond to the letter cards. At the beginning of adventures, you'll find alternatives to... There's like a fast action mode, it says, and like I said, I really don't want to... I really don't want to spoil anything. I want to look through this, but I don't want to spoil anything. Yeah, there's a lot to spoil, so I'm not going to show, but there's a lot of entries in there and a lot of information, and oh, it looks really good. I can't wait for you to see it. I can't wait for you to go through it, and I can't wait to go through it myself. So I'm not going to show you the best part of this game, which is that journal. All right. So then we have the quest guide here. And the quest looks like there's 101 quests total. Wow. That includes some of those big boss fights, like with the Gold Dragon and the Deathbringer and others. So this gives you all the information regarding like the setup and the objectives, what you lose, if you lose, extra challenge, features, special rules, initial setup, and so on. And that's the first quest. So, again, I'm not going to show you that. I will. I'm really considering doing the first quest in a playthrough, which of course will contain spoilers for that quest, but it'll be optional for you to view if you want to later. Alright, so now we have the rule book. And alright, so the rule book is 88 pages. Once again, I'm not going to go through all of this because it has some spoilers in here as well. Maybe not. Also has one-shot quests if you want to do a specific quest outside of the campaign. So that's cool. But we'll just kind of glance over here. So you have the table of contents, the components that you need from Arena of the Contest to play the campaign mode. Here's a list of all the components that we've seen in the box there. Introduction. Combat. A hero's turn. Look at the art on that page. Wow. The attack timeline. Looks like it explains line of sight here. Should be similar to Arena of the Contest. The effects. Effect durations, conditions, and whatnot. Off turn and other resources. Controlling more than one hero. Villains. Rounds and reactions. City phase overview. City phase management game. Journey phase for the adventure. Journey phase for the quest. Elements of the scenario. So it talks about chests, orbs and levers, portals, altars, ice, lava spikes, stairs, all that stuff. Oh, look at that picture. Wow. End of a quest, rewards, how to log it in your campaign. The world phase. There's the auger. And then the appendix for various things. All right. Well, there you have it, folks. That is the unboxing of Tanares Adventures. Really looking forward to this one. For those of you that have not received your pledge yet, I hope you get it soon. I was able to pick mine up straight from the warehouse, which was a new experience for me, so that was really cool. Met some really neat people there. But anyways, let me know in the comments below what you think of this game. How does it look to you? Does it look to be a little bit too much? There's a lot of pages to read, a lot of rules. But honestly, if it's as good as Arena of the Contest, I will be very, very happy. Stay tuned for the future unboxings of the rest of the content. I will post those after this one. Thank you very much for watching Tabletop for One, and have a great night.